How's it going, Taurus community? Now you know who it is. It's Soul Tigress with a special story for this wonderful frequency. First off, thank you so much for your time, your patience, and your energy as I navigate the story between the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, and everything in between. Remember that this place is a safe and sacred space where we call in the angels, ancestors, spirit guides, as well as divine and universal energy to come in and be the protectors for all the positive messages that need to come out. Now, keep in mind that this is not love tarot. This is all about self-empowerment. What that means is building the stepping stones to get closer to our soul being, which gets us closer to a higher energy. So, Taurus, let's see what's being guided to come out. It's very interesting. First off, there is a guided energy from your ancestors directly here. Something this Taurus thinks they've lost is still actually where they have left it. Only in the mind of confusion has it been lost. Overthinking is the direct reason why you are stuck. The past is the past. You can live a life where you punish yourself the whole time, or you can learn and you can grow. Now that kind of feeds into the new moon and full moon energies that we are having for this cycle of stories in this month. But also there's a rude awakening happening because of how the planets are lining up and how energy is being distributed and all that stuff. Go ahead and check out the new moon, full moon interpretation to take a little bit of a deeper dive into what's going on this month. So let's continue seeing what doing something different can do for you. And this is a direct message. This first part, I had to kind of like, hold up, back up. We can't just go in like this because there's an ancestor, a guide, or it could even be divine energy. All I know, it's very charged and it's very passionate energy. And what I had to insert first was old endings create new beginnings. And what was the direct message that help create that part here for your story for this vibe was put an end to it. When I look into the Taurus energy, I see them walking in a bare valley alone. Trailed behind them are small things like you use for like coping mechanisms with how to deal with the now. Whatever it is where this Taurus is at metaphorically. It's very gray. I want to assume that there's hills around, that there's mountains, that there's peaks. But I can't see nothing. All I know is I see the small objects that they're trailing behind them to keep moving forward. But Taurus doesn't even know what they're moving forward anymore for. Holy moly, what's going on? And I just want to clarify that this is all for entertainment purposes. And when that message is coming in directly, put an end to it, that doesn't mean drastic measures. What it means is put an end to the stuff that has you confused. Where is it? Do you want to live a mundane life where it's just a routine that you don't even feel like you have a purpose for? A purpose in? Something that makes you feel alive? That's what it's meaning. Your ancestors, the guides, divine, universal energy want to see more life in this Taurus, more colors around this Taurus not having to move so slow because they're trailing so much behind them. That's what I'm getting. But let's go ahead and take a dive into the intro. I have this new oracle deck sometime, somewhere, someplace, every day, I believe it's called. It's a little different. So thank you for being patient ahead of time. So angels, ancestors, what is the introduction? What is the messages that are coming in? Has a lot to do with something. And this one is a something as well. Time doesn't need anything. Time just goes by. And this is something that Taurus is at odds ends with directly. And I can feel that in the vibe is that they feel like they've gone too far in one direction to be able to go somewhere different. Now, a few things that we're not seeing here, Taurus, is I smile because this came out. It literally jumped out when I was cleansing the card. So it's beautiful that it comes out now. So get ready. Listen up. Every time beginning new things, tomorrow you are always a new you. You don't see how doing something different can help evolve you, can help take you further, can help create a different way to perceive life. Whether it's creating a new charismatic direction, a new passionate direction, a new compassionate direction. But it starts by seeing it. Alright, something else. Happiness has passed through. If you don't go out to say hi, you might miss it. And you're not seeing this. You don't want to see it. You don't know how to see it. Again, in that new moon, full moon interpretation, we talk about how our inner world helps create our outer world. And to get to something, you have to start to surround yourself with it. You have to start to project it. You have to start giving it and also looking for it. It's like tuning in to a different station on the radio, finding that frequency of something else you want to dance to. Ooh, I'm having fun already. Go Taurus. Everybody's in your corner. It is achievable. Don't forget that. Another something. Please don't get mad if the paths we choose are different. You're at odds ends with this, and you don't want to see it. Sometimes we need to go different ways from others because the time has expired. Our lessons have been learned there with people, places, things. Once it's expired, are you going to keep going back and drinking that milk, eating that food, or do you know better? You know you have to put that down. It's time to let it go. Sometimes we have a hard time accepting when it's time to let go of certain people, places, and things. Doesn't make you a bad person. It just means you're evolving. Alright, 2 more cards for Taurus. 2 more cards. We're coming out. We'll take that one. With 4 cards. 5 cards. Oh, gee golly wilkers, Taurus. Here we go. Now we got every day. In the end, if it fails, just hope that tomorrow will be another good day. That's enough. Every day is a chance to try again, Taurus. No matter the failures. Sometimes crawling into my bed, thankful that that hard day is over and that I made it through it. And that tomorrow I get a chance to try again. Being able to make it through those tough days, you're being a hero right there. You're being a hero. Not every day is perfect. Something we're at odds ends with something, yep. Forgive each other is a special thing. When we choose to go our way, we don't have to fuel it by anger, bitterness, and hate. Just know that when endings happen, it doesn't have to be because something was done to you so badly and that you have to hold on to it forever. You know, sometimes again, it's recognizing the things that have expired. You know, being open to being an adult about it, basically. Communicating about it. Letting them know, hey, it's nobody's fault. We're just here to grow. What people don't understand, and I've seen this firsthand, is when you force stuff, you force relationships with people, places, and things, you actually rob each other. You rob each other of the very things that you resent that person over. That thing or that place. Wait, what do I mean? Think about it, Taurus. The relationships that we hold on to, trying to make it last forever. But then we get mad because it wasn't what we fantasize about, what we dream about, what we really want to hold close to us. But you chose to keep forcing it. So then you chose to put a cap on everything that you think you deserve. And it can only stay at this level. So that means you take away any chance from going further. And for that person, place, or thing that you both are staying stuck to, whatever it is, you both put a cap on each other. That's how you rob each other of something more. I don't know if I can explain it any different, but that's how I'm seeing it. Where is it that you really want to go? What is it that you really want to do? How do you want to build your wealth? When you get closer, the mountain looks higher than you think. Do you still have the same goal? Can you weather the climb? Can you believe in yourself? Can you be open to the change that you're being called to? All right. I wonder how another world's alike. Sometime. So what this tells me is I have a person here who's stuck in the mud. Who's stuck in the mud and looking down a lot. They can't grasp the idea that there could be other things out there. Other things that are different. Even other tools that could help them get out of being stuck. Out of feeling like this is all I get in life. When the door of dreams opens, I don't hesitate to start the journey. What are you going to do? Can you walk through it? Can you be okay with yourself walking through it? Can you believe in yourself that you can make the steps to walk through it? And no matter what you walk through and what you walk up to, can you believe that you can make it? A lot of the times it comes down to what we believe. If you believe you are strong enough, you can be strong enough. If you believe you are weak, you will be weak. All right, let's keep going. Ooh-wee, that's a lot. That is a lot. So let's go ahead and get started with the present. What is it that we need to know about the present moment, angels and ancestors? Well, this stuck in the mud and always feeling like you're having a bad day. It's something that you really feel like you're surrounded with this Four of Needles here. Surrounded, not able to do anything different. If you try to go off in one direction, it still ends up the same. And what I have is somebody who, it's either they're at odds ends with the choices they've been making for years, or they're at odds ends with choices that have been made for them at a younger time. Depending on where you're at in your career, what kind of career you have, what kind of relationships you have, it could depend on how people have been making choices for you to go off into that direction. You should have this by now. When are you going to work on that? A lot of people could understand this metaphor right here is a lot of adults will face criticism from their parents if they haven't produced a grandchild for those parents yet. Well, you're too busy doing all the other things they were telling you to do. Now it's time to do this. That's the best example, but this could come down to even bosses. This could come down to friends, family members. And it only has you thinking this one way, but something's not right. And this is what pulls out your strength, is that something is not right here. What else needs to come out? You have the Tower moments, but you have them by yourself. You have them either by yourself or you have them against yourself. What I hear is a lot of questioning why this person feels like they're not good enough. Whatever their choices have led them to makes them feel like they're not good enough. You have a Queen of Candles and a Two of Potions here. This has to do with what has been taught. What has been taught when it comes to when you align with certain things, certain people, certain places. Queen of Candles. Queen of Candles can be a diva, but Queen of Candles, I believe, can be a teacher as well. Queen of Candles, Queen of Wands is usually depicted as an older energy, like a teacher, a mentor, somebody who's weathered the seasons of life. And I have this person who's really high up on something, really high up on their opinion when it comes to things that this Taurus should be aligning with. It's been a very focused a very focused opinion on what this Taurus should have, shouldn't have, should accept, shouldn't accept kind of thing. Ooh. That almost sounds like somebody wants to live your life for you. When we have fallout, not feeling like you have a choice, not even finding fulfillment in the things that you have done. You're always the one to put yourself back together in a sense. What else needs to come out for the present? I have this Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. Somehow, again, you only feel like your fortune is here in what surrounds you, what's in front of you, exactly what's behind you, what's been built above you, what's been built below you. But you're not happy in that foundation. I don't know what it is about this other that you need to forgive, though. But I know with this other energy, there's a lot of resentment towards them and feeling like they've had a lot of influence in either your days going bad or holding you back from going through that door of new opportunities, your dreams. Alright, what are the last few cards here? We have a Nine of Presents. Nine of Presents on the Strength here, and on the, is it Four of Potions? Six of Potions. Alright, so definitely, like I said, this has to do with a mentor. This could have to do with the parent. This could have to do with the boss that you've known, an aunt, an uncle, a grandparent. This is somebody who's had a lot of opinion in your life. A father, a mother, but they've definitely, what it is and what you're grateful for and why you still do this, listen to them ever since this younger age, is because somehow you've seen how you've been able to gain a lot of stuff. A lot of gain through like material stuff. It's not other stuff. I get directly, it's through the things that you have within the foundations around you. What is the last card? Ooh. The last card comes out of King of Candles in reverse. What I hear is you've been dancing to somebody else's song and dance. You've been the one who's been putting on a show willingly, but somehow subconsciously it wasn't willingly. Like you were saying yes, but inside you were really saying no. Somebody help me, somebody speak up for me, somebody stop this freaking roller coaster. That's what I get with that. Holy moly. That's a lot, Taurus. This is a lot. Oh my goodness, now I see why you're number one. You are number one. Whoever this person is, you gotta understand there's something here in you that they see. That's what I get. And it could be they're trying to live their life vicariously through you in a sense. Trying to have you make choices they would have made. Now, any mentor, any parent, any boss who cares about something is subjected to do that. But that also disempowers a person because we don't let that pupil, that offspring, that employee be able to learn through their mistakes. What it is we start to put a fence around them, a bubble around them, trying to protect them. And they end up living a false life to appease others. And this is the vibe that I'm getting from this Taurus here. Taurus doesn't say, I don't love this person. Taurus isn't even angry at whatever they're dealing with. But they just don't know how it got so gray, how it got so bare when it comes to being fulfilled in here. Well, Taurus, let's go ahead and explore the block here. Let's open up. I want to take a look into the confusing thoughts by using the Dreams Within Dreams Tarot. Now, a lot of times for this tarot deck, I dedicate this to my air signs. So I want to take a look in that mind. I want to see what it is that has you feeling so bare inside. Barren, I should say. So, divine and universal energy, what is it that needs to come out? Somebody's confused on their kingdom, the things they have in their kingdom, the things that they've had in their kingdom for a really long time. They're confused on a truth. They're confused on even having a new idea. What else needs to come out? Not knowing how to balance or find justice in the battles that they have been facing in life. Could be the battles where people are directly taking from them. This, I think, is the subconscious here. That's what I get with these three cards. Subconsciously, again, the reason why this is stirring in you is because there's a part of you that feels like things need to be different. And I'd call that subconscious part of you. And what the subconscious expresses is either it knows how people are taking these opportunities from you, and there's no just that you keep sitting here and wanting to keep looking at the problem, the situation, opposed to picking up the sword and doing what you gotta do. So you're going between your logic and what you know, what you see now, versus what's really pulling at you inside. What else needs to come out? Yeah, and it comes out again, this Two of Potions, aka the Two of Cups. Confused. Confused on these alignments. These very fulfilling alignments, very fulfilling relationships, very fulfilling being able to walk one-on-one with an energy who matches the directions that you want to go in life. Instead of feeling like you have to do this, you have to do that, you're confused because you don't want to have to. You would want to be able to on your own, but have somebody with you. That gets confusing there. I'm not gonna lie. But what I see is it's almost like somebody trying to bring new ideas, new things in. And you have an old traditional way, an old way of telling you how things have to be, how things come in, how things work together. So what it is if you had an idea of going for something, what you feel like is more authentic to you, but it goes against whatever this mentor, whoever this other is, it's confusing. You don't know how to do it. You don't know if it's possible. Maybe whoever this mentor is set an example that only showed it that one way. So dreaming about it being a different way is very confusing. Oh my goodness. Let's keep going. What else needs to come out for this block? Oh. Here it is. Here it is. The Six of Cups again. But the Six of Cups is an upright. And what you're not seeing is being hung up in this person's opinion. Their view has overspent you. Because remember, there is a feeling of taking. You really want to see it from their view. You really, really, I would say, want to get with the program. You do. You want to help appease these others. But it's taking so much from you. You're living, what is it, against your truth in a sense. That's what I'm getting from that. Whew. That's a hard one. That is a hard one. You could be always going back and seeing how this person has been around since you've been younger. How this person has always helped guide you out of different things that could have been taken from you. How this person stepped in and stepped up for you when no one else did. This person's not a bad person. They're not. They have been there for you. But could you fathom the idea that you have surpassed the lessons that this person has to give you? And just like the teacher teaches the student, well, there's times where the student becomes the teacher and teaches the teacher. I have to mention this to people sometimes, especially when it comes to the older generations that we deal with. No offense to my older generations, but y'all have to honor that you grew up in a certain time, so you guys have certain views. And throughout time, things change. So social norms change. If we're doing it right, if we're evolving right, then we start to learn more about things which can help further our species forward. I would say it like that. And that forwardness is through emotion, spiritual, intellectual, and other such stuff as that. And what I mention to a lot of people is there's times where we have to teach our elders through the actions that we do, setting that example, showing them that it's never too late to open up to change things around. It's never too late to open up to another view in life. So this may be the time that you are the teacher here, where you need to teach something, and it's going to be out of your next journey here in life, if you choose to take it, Taurus. All right, so what is the last card for the block? Here comes that Nine of Cups again. I believe both Nine of Cups have come out in reverse. Yeah, remember how we talked about not walking through the door and staying stuck in the mud? And that those things that are being trailed behind you are the things that are keeping you stuck there, are the things that are holding back your fulfillment. What do you want me to say? The fulfillment's that happily ever after? That blissful ending? What I can say is the fulfillment is finding the union within yourself for yourself, so that you can walk in a higher energy, in a higher frequency, being more secure in what your truth is, what your purpose is, where you're meant to go, who you're meant to be, the things that are meant to be around you, the people, the places, the things, all of that. And it comes down to, how do you want to build your wealth? But you gotta get up. You gotta get up. Alright, so I have the Cosmic Belief Oracle for our conclusion, Taurus. So this is going to bring it back to self-love. Aligning with that self-love to align with a higher power. Divine and universal energy. What needs to come out for the conclusion, for the Taurus frequency? Alright, something that you're at odds ends with and you need to stop it. When I introduce joy to a situation, I change the vibrational frequency of what is happening around me. Illuminating the dark spaces, the dark places in our inner home, in our sacred space. Sometimes it's at the expense of exploring why we're actually upset, why we're actually so irritable. How can we find joy as the biggest medicine? Well, when we start to explore those feelings around us, then we start to open our arms up to ourselves. Being able to embrace ourselves, being able to embrace having these emotions, feeling so strongly about things. That is how we find joy in that. There is many times that I am not having a great moment, but the rush of emotions that I feel behind some of this stuff, I'm just like, holy moly. It's because I care. It's because I care so much. This is why I have such a strong opinion. And it's not a bad thing to care. So, something we need to see and stop being at odds ends with again. As I grow in my faith, in the love of the universe, I allow the sense of inner peace to grow each day. Trusting that every situation that we face is not here to disempower us, but here to help us find ourselves in different ways. What is it? Do we need to find our strength, or even find the strength that we do have? Maybe it's not finding it. Maybe it's recognizing it, and that it's been there all along, helping us face the days in and the days out of life, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, and everything in between. Does the butterfly get upset when it has to go, does the caterpillar get upset when it has to go in the cocoon to change into a butterfly? Is there one caterpillar out there like, I refuse, don't give me wings, I don't want to fly? If you know one, let me know about it. Because from what I understand, they follow the guiding purpose that they have, and they're open to that transformation. They don't hold back from it. They're like, I can't do it if I don't know, if I'm not, if I don't have the right color patterns. I definitely can't do it. No, I don't even think they really care about what colored patterns are on them. I don't know. I haven't talked to one about it. Alright, so let's keep going. What is it? We got 4 more cards. This lands on your Wheel of Fortune. Let's open up to it. When I tune my energy with appreciation, the universe will deliver more. Like I said, you don't want to end a cycle being bitter. You don't want to sit here and to have to build up negative energy just to give you justice on why you make your decisions. You can make your decisions and appreciate the reasons why you're making your decisions. Appreciate that stuff has expired. Appreciate that it's time for you to embark on a different part of your path. Appreciation can go the furthest way when it comes to aligning with the higher energy, because it really shows you what you truly have, what you're blessed with, even in everything that's all crazy. I'm not gonna lie, because when you sit in the frequency of appreciation, you still really realize how blessed, how rich you are, even if that means you don't have that much material goods around you. Alright, let's see. The moment I reconnect with love, the universe responded powerfully. A lot of things we should do it out of love. If you want things to be different, you have to open up to that frequency of love, because you attract what you put out. And if you're constricted from love, then you will always seek things out that are of the same. Alright, 2 more cards for Taurus. What are the last 2? 1 card here. Just gotta take a different view on it, Taurus. When I am in a state of appreciation, my vibrations are aligned with my true loving nature. Ha 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 ha! This lands right on that mentor. So when I have a Taurus here who's afraid that if they do something different than what they've been taught, what they've been showed, what they've been groomed for, they feel like it's basically gonna bite the hand that feeds them or has fed them. And what I get here is when everything happens, it's feeding everything with appreciation. If this person reacts, it's again letting them know that you still appreciate the part that they played in your life. And I feel like they, what I felt now is like some rocking. So this could be something that rocks their world. This, you got to remember, they've taken a lot of pride in helping you. They feel like get to whatever commitments, whatever ways in your career you were going, being where you're at now in those foundations with the things around you. This person takes a lot of pride in that. And that's okay in a sense, but in a sense, that's what gives me that they're living their life vicariously through you. Because they should already push baby bird out of the nest to go fly on their own, to spread their wings and really feel the power that they have within themselves to fly on their own. So just know that even if it is gonna rock this person's world, that's okay. Because at the end of the day, again, sometimes the pupil becomes the teacher, and it's time for that teacher to teach the teacher. That's okay. Do it through appreciation. Do it through love. Don't do it because you finally got pushed to a point where you can't take anymore and everything's turning to hate. Everything's built up through resentment, through bitterness, through anger. You have another choice to go about this. Just know that you have two sides of the coin. All right, last card. Beautiful. All right, my number ones. When I live according to the guidance of my soul, I can let go of all my worries and fears because I know that everything is the best arrangement. You're confused on that. You're confused on that you have the choice to follow your soul, to follow that guidance, to embrace the start of something new. Sometimes it's when you let go of things and you stop constricting it, it's when things can open up and flow even better, maybe take you to an even more beautiful place. And whoever is meant to be there with you will be there with you. But the thing is, would you want to be in a spot where you have to enjoy it through another? What that means is if you get to a place and you took whoever, whatever the situation is to this place, and you have to enjoy it through them. How do they take it? Are they appreciating it? Do they not appreciate it? Are they just there just for the image of it? Is it very superficial kind of stuff? Like, I think you could understand is like when we take somebody to a special place for us, and we want to see them really appreciate it because we appreciate it so much. And when we find a person and we do that with and they don't appreciate it, it really takes from that experience. It really downgrades what we were really trying to share with this person. And what I'm getting at is you can't appreciate things a lot of times through others authentically. You have to learn how to appreciate it for yourself. Say you're doing something for somebody and they couldn't get there themselves, then it's appreciating that you cared enough to help bring a person with you to this beautiful place. And despite whatever it is that they're doing, I mean, most likely if somebody can see how you gave them not a handout, but a hand up, is gonna appreciate it more than a person who's just looking for a hand out, because that's somebody who's just expecting things. And when we live our life through people who just expect things, then that's all that they're gonna do. Nothing's gonna be enough. It's almost like, in a sense, nothing will be enough for this mentor. Because this mentor that this Taurus deals with is living life vicariously through them. So it's like the same situation here. They're expecting you to like certain things. They're expecting you to do all this, trying to live it through you. And in a sense, it's never gonna work. I mean, y'all can make it work. Y'all can keep dealing with it, but it's all up to y'all, and I'm just rambling now. So I'm gonna let this go. All right? So you got this, Taurus. Really figure out why you're being guided to this. Figure out what your truth is. Figure out what it is that you can find on the other side of this door of opportunities, if you choose to walk through it. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out. And don't forget to thank your angels, ancestors, guides, as well as divine and universal energy for coming in and helping protect and guide all the positive messages here. And thank you so much. And I hope you have a most wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.